I was told to pick up an order for 2 pizzas, 2 breadsticks, and 2 L Mountain Dews. And I didn't see the L, so I just took 2 Mountain Dews instead of a 2-liter Mountain Dew.
Oh.
Did they chase you?
Yeah. No, I got home. And she's like, "Why you got so many drinks?" I was like,
So
I had a guilty,
Oh,
I had a guilty conscience,
Aaron.
and had to go back up there and pay for it.
Man, you're awesome, Aaron.
Oh, I would have been up all night freaking out if I hadn't.
He'd been looking out the window every time a car went by.
The cops are on their way for my 99-cent 2-liter.
All right,
Here
here
we're
we
here, and Little Caesars doesn't doesn't do delivery, so
They don't play.
They had like a little Caesar mobile outside. I don't know.
Must be a Texas thing.
We don't get those here in Louisville.
No, man.
Ain't nothing like that
We
here.
don't play that way. Every time John says something funny, this is going to happen tonight.
This is one of those little Caesars that has all the pictures on the wall of people not to take money from. I didn't want my picture up there.
Picture you leaving with an armful of Mountain Dews.
Yeah,
Like all the people that wrote bad checks and stuff, and then it's you.
yeah,
Took 2 Mountain Dews instead of a 2-liter Mountain Dew.
yeah.
Oh man, Aaron's a hardened criminal. We figured that out. We just found it out. We don't know if we can have him on the podcast anymore. He was stealing Mountain Dews unintentionally stealing them from a Little Caesars in Dallas, Texas.
He says unintentionally. But
Yeah, he's like, are these the ones? She's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Take what you want.
That's how they talk in Texas.
Yeah, that's
Everyone under the age of 21 talks like
yeah.
that. to Joe.
Except it's like, yeah, exactly. It's everybody does. Mr. Mattingly, could you please Jeremy's like puking. Could you stop him? That's my day. It's been my day all week. It's been a rough week. Well, we welcome everybody to the podcast this evening, Five Law Bears, and
welcome.
we're glad to have everybody back where we usually are. Tim has made it back from his excursions into Disney World. How was the crowds?
It was good, not near as bad as like spring break, but it was worse than what they expected. So, there's like a Disney rating scale of crowds. It was supposed to be 3s and 4s, and it turned out to be like 7s and 8s. But it still wasn't bad. We really took advantage of the fast pass.
Oh,
we got a
those are
couple.
nice.
We got a couple hiccups, so we got free fast passes a couple days. So that really helped out.
Those are nice. So the fast pass, you do not go down unless you're going to get on the fast pass.
No,
So if
you don't do Disney without fast passes.
if you get the hiccups, they give you fast passes.
Exactly.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you go up there and you're like, I got the hiccups, and they just
There you
take
go.
all the fast passes you need, sir.
I like the system they have now instead of the one where they used to give you the tickets. You could go up and get
Yeah.
the kiosk and
Tickets
get
were
the
terrible.
tickets out of the booth because it got to the point that a lot of times it became like this black market. Like people are like, hey man, I got these.
I never ran into a black
you
market.
didn't run into the shady black market of
No.
fast passes at Disney World.
Scalping fast passes.
That must have taken place over there by the LaFru's brew in the new fantasy world. You know, LaFlu's.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all know I can't pronounce names. Okay, so I'm sorry.
But you could probably do an impression of him right now, spot on.
Who,
so.
who are we talking about?
From Fantasy World, they have Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty
Yeah.
and the Beast. Gaston's right hand man.
Oh,
He has his own drink.
Something.
Gaston was there.
Yes.
I thought about challenging to a push-up contest because I see him destroy people on
He would
YouTube all the time.
obliterate you.
Oh, I would have been. I would get like 7.
I'd have been like, hey, we're gonna do that. No, I don't want to embarrass you, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna walk away. Right
Yeah,
now.
that's me
I'd
too.
embarrass you, sir, but I see all these fine people want their picture with you,
Yeah.
and then just walk off.
No, not me.
And that's the day he snaps. Listen.
Listen, you stupid blankety blank. I ain't doing no more blankety blank
You're breaking
push-up.
character. You're breaking character. Stop.
I'll break your face.
It's all over YouTube. There's Tim being chased.
That's awesome.
And everybody's like, of course, on Gaston's side.
And they're all singing, no one chases like Gaston.
Yeah, but there's the flute, whatever his name is.
LaFleur's from
No,
Mallrats?
what is it, Brian?
LaFleur.
LaFleur. Yeah, there's LaFleur's brew.
Nice,
And right
nice
next
pull,
to
Tim.
that, there is a set of bathrooms, and that's where everybody meets and was swapping.
I
fast
use
passes.
those restrooms.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
but you don't have to. But they don't
But
happen
back in the
anymore.
day, it was like, hey, I got 2 Splash Mountains for $7.20. I'll swap you for
Yeah.
your, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at 5:30.
Hey, me and my kids, we're getting ready to leave. We got these 5:20. Yeah, like Brian said, and it was like, well, I got these 2:00. Okay, well, yeah. So you switch
Damn.
out and you go.
Missed
Yeah.
out on the black market.
You did. It was pretty cool.
It was better. Now they got the magic bands, and you can't do that anymore.
Oh yeah.
Because they will. If you,
They updated the app and it was terrible. The
Did
app's
they?
pretty terrible, but you can do mobile ordering for food.
Nice.
So you didn't have to
Yeah.
wait in the lines.
the
And it
app's always
works
been terrible.
really well, except for when the machine goes down and they lose everybody's mobile orders and people are going crazy. That happened. This one guy's like, I've been here for 45 minutes.
There's
I demand
always
my
that guy,
food.
Well, that's why we never ate any of the other. We never hardly eat any counter meal stuff. We always did the sit down dinners,
So sorry, sir.
stuff like that.
We only did the sit-down dinners because that's how we roll.
Well, or if we ate a counter meal, we always ate at the. We would eat at the
Hotel.
resorts. Yeah, those.
Yeah.
That's where you went.
I ate at Cosmic Rays or whatever.
That's good.
They have like the burger bar where you can just load up. So I got like a ton of pickles.
Yep.
And they also had the fried onion pieces.
Mhm.
I ate like 1,000 of those.
Did you get to listen to the musical Stallions
we
of Sunny
sat-
Eclipse?
We sat right next to Sunny Eclipse. Got
Love
to
that
hear
guy.
his whole
He's
show.
got such great jokes.
Oh my gosh.
Been telling him for 10 years.
I didn't
once.
participate in that.
Every 30 minutes.
Stick around. Show never changes.
the last one we ever ate at, I think that was a counter meal. Was we went over to the what is it, pizza one over there in Hollywood Studios.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's
Pizza-
gone now.
Pizza Planet?
Pizza Planet.
Mhm.
And we got stuck behind in this line, and there was this woman at the front, and literally they had to pull out the big bottle of like ingredients so they could tell her what everything had, because her kids but basically were allergic to everything but lettuce.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it's got this. And people behind her were just going nuts.
Oh yeah. People go nuts at Disney World.
And finally, we got to eat there. But I was like, no, forget it. This is the last time we do this. We'll do other things. Tim's brought back his pet from
It's my pet
Disney.
Banshee.
He bought a banshee. Last time I was down there was a bunch of people walking around them things and trying to act like they were real. I was like, oh.
I have a great story about buying the Banshee, okay? So Kinsey, they told me, like, it's hard for kids to use them because their shoulders aren't broad, and so it's hard for them to stay on their shoulders. And so, like, everybody else was like, but you could still get it, blah, blah, blah. And so, like, we finally said, okay, we're going to get one. And we go, and we get, like, the one person that works there that tries to talk my kid out of buying the Banshee. Like, we had made a decision that we're going to spend this money, and she's like, no, it's going to be really hard for you to operate this, and blah, blah, blah. And she goes, now, you understand, this is a puppet. I want to be like, my kid's not an idiot. I thought it was real. It isn't real.
But in her defense, I'm sure there are a lot of yokels that go down there. This thing's real, mommy. I know, honey. Let's get it. Wonder what they eat.
This was actually our third Banshee. The first one's mouth got stuck open, like it would just be like. And so
You understand it's a puppet, right?
What? I thought it
broke character.
I thought it was
You
real.
broke character.
I thought it was real, and it had like TMJ. I can't.
It's like,
So we had to do some exchanging.
did you try to ride it? Is that what gave it the?
Brittany came out of the bathroom in the resort, and I'm just like flying around the room. Ran into the wall, and the mouth got stuck. Oops.
Oh man. See, and that's the thing about it is I've told my story about Dinosaurs Alive, where the girl came out and screamed at the poor little guy at the Louisville Zoo that time.
No, I don't know this story.
They used to have a thing out there called Dinosaurs Alive.
Charlie just shook his head at me like,
Yeah.
you don't do this.
Nah,
No. Like, you're going to love this story.
Oh,
It's
okay.
that shake one.
And
It's like, this is
there was this
amazing.
dude, and he was like, he's like 17, and he's like he's bored out of his mind. He's just handing out stickers or something in this kiosk thing. And we're going up to go into Dinosaurs Alive, so it's like, a couple bucks. Well, we're standing there, and he's getting ready to hand us the ticket. This woman and I guess it was her husband, and they had this little kid. She came pouring out of there. She was like, hi. And that's the way she talked. She's down here like this. She was like, let me tell you something. If you're going to charge money for something called Dinosaurs Alive, you better have some live dinosaurs in it. And that kid behind the counter he looks up at me and he looks at me and he goes, what?
He's like, you're hearing this too, right? It's not just me.
Yeah. I was like, and I just kind of looked at him. I was like, "Don't worry about it, man. Yeah, give me the tickets." So yeah, I'm sure there are people down at Disney World that are like, "Oh, this is Blanco."
Oh, yeah, I'm sure some people like took the Banshee home and feed it and stuff.
Well, it is.
Ours resides in the box most of the time.
It's that time of year. A lot of good movie trailers are starting to drop, especially for the early part of the year, the May, June, July, August part of the year. And we're pretty excited about some of these tonight. Aaron put together a good... What was that?
What?
There's people sneezing in the next room. Hold on.
You tell them to stop.
Hey, get off the flu. What? Flu, man. The flu's been all over the place.
Flute?
The flu. The flu.
I thought you were talking about the Gaston's assistant again.
The flu has the flu.
The flu.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Anyway, what we're going to be talking about tonight is we've got several movie trailers that we're going to discuss. They've been dropping them left and right. Some of them look pretty good. Some of them don't. So we're just going to run around our table here this evening and give a discussion of the ones that we saw, and whether or not we think it's worth our time to go see them or not. What is it, 2 weeks till Black Panther comes out?
Next week.
Is it? I'm
Yeah.
totally lost. I didn't know.
16.
And we've seen plenty of trailers about that, but we're all planning on going to see that at some point next weekend. Hopefully, that's if Carla, my wife, is finally off work. She's been working.
She said tomorrow.
Tomorrow
Tomorrow
it-
it should calm down.
I don't know. It's been crazy for me too. It's been like 6 o'clock in the morning to 7:30 at night. Some nights this week for me. So we've gone through and we've looked at them all. And the first one we're gonna start out with tonight is one that I think I had to be sold. I had to watch it 2 or 3 times before I really got into liking it. But this Ant-Man and the Wasp, because as everybody around this table or in this room knows, I am not the biggest fan of the Ant-Man movie.
It depends on how soon you've watched it. If you watch it that week, you like it.
Yeah.
But
The
after
further
you
you get-
ruminate on it, then you're like,
The further you get away from it, the less you like it. And then you watch it again and you love it. And then you start to just...
This is the 10th anniversary of the beginning of the Marvel universe this year.
Really?
Yeah, so we're going to sit down. I plan on sitting down in the next couple of days and watching Iron Man just as a tribute
Said
to.
not too long ago.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it should be 10 years, but it
Still a
is.
good movie.
Very good movie. So let's go around. Let's talk about this Ant-Man and the Wasp. For me, it looks interesting. I'm not real familiar with a lot of the characters that come out of the Ant-Man genre. I thought the Ghost looked good.
Ghosts look good.
I thought that was an interesting character. Looked very good, and I think it's going to have a lot of the humor in it that the first one tried to have for me, but just didn't pull
John,
it
the
off.
first one had good humor in it.
I don't know about
It
that.
did.
Charlie, what do you think? You've watched it. What's your opinion of this the Ant-Man trailer?
I can't wait for it. It looks fantastic. I love the chemistry between, or the dynamic between Scott and Hank.
Yep.
That scene in the trailer was like, oh, so you got wings and blasters. So you have that technology when you may have said, oh, I did.
No, we had it. Yeah. Yeah. That was really good.
I just I missed it in the trailer. Maybe I should watch it again. Where was Michael Pena? Because
He's in it.
Okay, good. Because he has to be in it. And I'm still keeping my fingers crossed that at some point during the Avengers, Infinity War,
Yeah.
that he like gets to do like a breakdown to somebody, gets to tell somebody. So like Thanos, and that's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, I cannot wait for this one. I'm very excited about it. I love Ant-Man.
Brian?
I have to echo Charlie's statements. I mean, I was psyched for it. I thought the way they did the Wasp, trying to work her in with Ant-Man after the ending, I loved it.
Yep.
I mean, that scene where the knives are being thrown at her and she basically runs off the top of it, I thought that looked great. It did seem like there's a lot of the big play on the movie so far seems to be, shrinkage and, like how they were talking about all the different, shape-shifting when they throw the giant Pez out at the end of it. I mean, anytime you got a Hello Kitty Pez dispenser in a movie, I mean, it's got to be a winner. So I'm ready for it.
That is what sold Susie on seeing it.
Yeah.
Was the
Pez.
it had nothing to do with
She was the Pez market. They
None
know
of-
that.
it had nothing to do with the action.
No.
She was
Giant-
like-
you have a giant Pez flying at
She's
you,
like,
you're going to go see
I
it.
don't think I'm gonna. Oh, it's Hello Kitty. I am so there. She totally jumped on board. It's gonna be 20 seconds of the movie, and she's gonna be really hacked.
The guy playing Ghost is Walter, the guy from Justified.
Walton Goggins.
Yes, who is
Okay.
a fantastic actor.
He is, yes, very underrated.
I think he's playing Ghost. Aaron, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know who's playing Ghost.
Okay, thanks, Aaron.
Yep.
Thanks for the backup.
And what are your thoughts on the Ant-Man?
I think it'll be good, because it's a Marvel movie. There's a small part of me that's concerned because, Edgar Wright had a lot to do with the first one,
Right.
and then he left the project, so he has nothing to do with this one. So I'm sure the humor will be fine, but I'm sure Edgar Wright came up with the Thomas the Tank Engine
Oh,
train
yeah.
battle at the end. So hopefully they can top all that, and but yeah, I think it'll be good.
Yeah, and of course I'm on board. I love the first Ant-Man, but yeah, you definitely see Edgar Wright's fingerprints all over the first one. So be curious to see how it goes without him.
The only thing I really want to see in it that I didn't like about the first one is, and I think this is one of the reasons, other than it was, as you all like to say, it was an origin movie, that I didn't like about the first one is the villain in it was just so completely cardboard that it just was just I think that's what turned it off. So if they're going to bring in somebody that's going to be a better villain, I think that'll be the one thing that I really like. So
Aaron, Ghost is the villain, right?
I think so, unless there's, they could be playing a switcheroo. I know that Bill Foster, is that his name, is in it. That's Lawrence Fishburne's character.
Yeah, and he's spoiler.
He-
spoiler.
He's a
Goliath.
hero in the comics. Yeah.
Yeah, he's listed as the Goliath on the IMDb page.
actually, it's
Yeah.
going to be Hannah John Kamen playing the ghost.
Oh, well, who's Walton Goggins playing?
Sonny Birch.
Oh, well then, just ignore me, guys. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
Obviously.
he's playing Sonny
Yeah,
Birch.
I'm hoping that they may not do it this movie, but maybe the next movie, setting up for the irredeemable Ant-Man. It's where like a jerk steals the suit. He's just like, it'll be great if they do it.
Now, but
So,
see, this is an interesting move for Marvel, though, making it a female bad guy. Because that's something you haven't seen much in any of these films yet. Is this idea of the main bad guy being a female character, which means you can almost guarantee that they're going to set up a Wasp Ghost fight.
Yeah.
So at the end of the movie, I mean, that's just kind of the way it seems like it kind of rolls with this. But I think that's an interesting take that they're pulling that and going to put that in there. Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp coming out soon, and should be come out.
I thought they did a great job with the trailer.
The trailer was
it
great.
Sold it really well.
Trailer was very good trailer. And
I do have a question real quick, though, okay? So at the end of Civil War, he's in the prison. Captain America shows up. We know he frees Falcon. Does he not free Ant-Man? Because at the beginning, it looks like at the beginning of the trailer, he's like under house arrest by some kind of government agency. Or is he broken out and he got captured again? I don't know. I like, did Captain America show up at the end of Civil War, just free Falcon and be like, peace, guys.
Later, bro.
Thanks for your help.
see you later, man.
See ya.
See you later, Scott.
Oh, come
Hawkeye.
Come on, man.
Everybody else still in prison.
I think
Suck
he
it. I'm out.
I think he broke them out and they turned themselves in to be
Maybe.
because Scott Lang wanted to see his daughter again.
Yeah, that could be it. That could be it.
Which kind of sets up the whole storyline again, where he's a convict and he'll get to
Right.
see his daughter. You could just do the whole first movie again.
Maybe you'd actually like it this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again here soon.
They were like, based on the feedback we got from John Mattingly, we need to redo this movie again.
we needed to do the first one with a different villain.
Dear Marvel, Ant-Man was terrible. Put new people in it and redo it.
Just change the bad guy.
Oh my gosh, change it all. He said it. No, they don't care what I think.
Paul Rudd's the
They
perfect Ant-Man.
He is good.
No, I'm not saying
and
anything.
he doesn't age.
No, he does.
He does not age. He's a vampire.
I'm not saying anything bad about Paul Rudd. I think the character itself is good. I just did not care for the movie.
Really, it kind of felt like you were.
Okay, whatever. All right, moving on here.
They kind of throw him in the toilet.
Next on our list is, and we all have watched this, and I think the closest we came to. Let me look back through my notes here because we were talking and having a discussion about this the other day, the Venom movie. And I'm looking here, and Brian is quoted as saying, "Not quite dumpster fire, but looks like hot garbage right now."
Yeah.
So that is.
It's like a cigarette butt that's been flicked in a pile of garbage, and it's smoldering right now. It could get worse, or it could get put out
I
and
saw
turned into something.
multiple people make the same comment about this trailer. Okay, is this a movie about a guy with telekinetic powers? because the trailer has several scenes where like he's driving down the highway and like cars are like being pushed aside. And
I didn't get it.
Like it makes like if you knew nothing about the Venom storyline and everything, that trailer has no connection to it and tells you nothing. Even as people that know a lot about Venom, that trailer shows no connection.
It didn't even
to anything.
Charlie, what did you think? That's good. You're more of the Venom guy.
Not really, no.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I've never really been a big
I
Venom
mean,
fan.
back in the day, Venom was my favorite character.
Oh, it was you,
and
Brian. Okay, never
Just,
mind.
but just like watching that
The
trailer.
flannel confused him.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
beard and the
See,
flannel.
I can't see y'all except on the monitor because the
I feel like you're not even here, John. I just hear your voice.
yeah,
so,
I'm disembodied.
But no, I mean, I like that whole thing. It was just like you said, Tim. It was just like it just reminded me again of like, oh, look, here's Spider-Man. What was it, Spider-Man 3 again? Where we're gonna have a Venom.
Movie.
We got Venom in a movie. Woo! And then it was complete letdown. This just looks like total trash.
It was Topher Grace.
Oh yeah, we got the guy from that '70s show to be the big bad guy.
I kept expecting in that movie that they would do one of them spinning marijuana circles that they used to do.
What are you talking about, John? Is that what they were doing?
Yeah, when they were all giggling. I thought that'd been great. It'd been like Venom and Hobgoblin and
Oh my gosh, this is-
Carnage, and they're all sitting there.
See where this conversation has gone to. That's how bad
Aaron,
this movie is.
Aaron, the other day, guys, Aaron told me how he would make the perfect trailer, and I
so,
laughed
look.
him off like I am conversation. So
All right, hold on. This, this is one of the worst teasers I have ever seen. If you don't know who Venom is, you still don't know what this movie is afterwards. If you do know who Venom is, the movie seems like for something totally different. A guy talking about demons and moving stuff with his mind, and
it looks like he's a crazy person in the movie.
yeah.
Wakes
So,
up in a sweat in the hospital room, like he's
So-
one of Charlie's patients.
as I was as I was trying to tell Tim the other day,
Terrible. guys.
they just started making this movie last October, so it's definitely not finished. So first off, they shouldn't have been showing a trailer or teaser at all because it's totally not done. But secondly, even if you weren't done, you could have threw something together. So what I described to Tim, if you didn't have anything,
Well, they threw something together, all right. It was complete and utter
in
home
the comic
videos.
books, Eddie Brock was like a big time Catholic, always going into confessionals and stuff, and that's where he bonded with the suit.
Like Daredevil.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay. And
Is this an origin
It
story?
gets worse, guys. Hold on.
so you put if you don't have anything, you just film the scene real quick and throw it out there. You have Eddie go to the confessional, and he's like, I haven't been here in a while, and the priest is like, okay, what's up? That's priests do. They say, what's up? And
Yeah, everyone I've ever met's like, "What's up?"
We just went 1990s on everybody.
yeah.
Half the audience doesn't
So-
get it. So it's cool.
That's true. They weren't even born yet.
Go ahead, Aaron.
He's telling him he's got some problems, he's got some obsessions, and he goes, oh, what's your obsession? He's like, killing. And he's like, killing, oh no, killing the humans is wrong. He goes, no, I don't kill humans, I kill spiders. And then you kind of
Oh my
The voice was amazing,
My
Aaron.
banshee is shaking its head at you right now.
and then you kind of have him fade into the shadows. You see the eyes and fangs, and then it just cuts to Venom.
Hey.
Because then you would know.
I mean,
what-
honestly, probably not as bad as the trailer we got.
Could
No,
could
that's
you
much
do,
better than what we got?
Aaron? Could you reenact that spider one more time? That was amazing.
Say that last time.
Spiders.
That should be your what you say at the end of every episode now. Spiders.
I thought, to be honest with you, that
Sorry, Brent.
that it was-
Spider.
that looked like it was going to make a really lousy superhero movie, but I honestly thought it was a commercial for like Baptist East MRI services or something at one point, because the whole trailer was like showed his feet hanging out of my MRI machine, and he's like,
But I mean, is this Sony again screwing up another brand?
they don't do nothing but screw it up.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they've already ruined Fantastic Four, X-Men's, and then
Those X-Men's Fox.
was it? I thought Sony had them right.
Yeah.
Or who has Sony?
Sony is
Spider-Man.
your Ghostbuster movies, your
Oh, Spider-Man.
the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Oh,
Spider-Man: Homecoming was made by Marvel and Sony, so that one's a little bit better than
yeah.
the Amazing Spider-Man ones.
I like that movie. That movie's
But this
tough.
this one Marvel has nothing to do with.
Oh, Marvel wouldn't put their
So.
name on it. Anyways, what was
All
the
right.
next one?
Next on our list here this evening, we have probably what is the second best trailer on our list this evening. I had not seen this trailer until the last couple of minutes, and I watched it with my headphones on, so nobody else in the house could hear all the cussing in it. And yeah, and I had no
He's
intention.
talking about the Smurfs.
I had no intentions of going to see this movie at all, but then after I saw the trailer, I think I'm gonna have to make a special, like, real super secret mission out
Just
to see it.
afterwards, go to a confessional. Have
Be
a priest
like,
say,
Tell him how much you want to
"What's
spiders.
up?"
Shut the door. He's like, "What's up?"
I can spot us.
I like spiders. But Deadpool 2 coming out. Deadpool was a very much a sleeper hit with me because I don't know nothing about Deadpool. I don't know in the comic books he wore a really cool costume and shot people. That's all I pretty much knew about it. So when the original came out a couple years ago, for some dumb reason, I don't know why I didn't rent it. I just bought it. It's like, well, I'll try it. Stayed up one night, watched it, and loved it. I thought it was a great movie. And then Deadpool 2 trailer comes out, and it looks absolutely amazing.
It does.
The first movie was good, but you could tell it was on the cheap. I mean, they made it for not that much and got a massive like return on it. This movie, you can tell they really pumped up the CGI, things of that nature in it. Liked it. Josh Brolin as Cable. I don't think they could have picked anybody better to play that. I'm glad they didn't stick him in like no, maybe they should have. Maybe they should have stuck him like in the 1990s costume and had Deadpool make fun of him the
Big
whole
shoulder
movie.
pad. Like, he's gonna make fun of him no matter what. Aaron, because Cable has just a messed up origin, as Aaron was talking about earlier. So at some point, Aaron's hoping, and stealing Aaron's thunder here a little bit, like he tries to explain his origin to Deadpool, and Deadpool just laughs at him.
No, he needs to have a stroke. Just fall on the floor, twitch it because it's so convoluted. It's just crazy.
But he couldn't pull it off better, and it seems like that the ensemble, the rest of the cast they have coming back in,
Terry
looks like
Crews
it's
is
going to
in
be
it.
amazing. So, Charlie, what's your take?
Oh, I can't wait. Looks fantastic.
You were a big was it Cable or Bishop? You were a big fan of back in the
Bishop.
mid '90s. I couldn't remember because he got a
Bishop was
little
my favorite superhero back in the 90s.
he got a little bit of love in the X-Men Days of Future Past movie. He should have
did.
got more, but it was pretty cool. Brian, are you gonna go see this?
I like it. I mean, I'll probably go see it, but like the first one, I didn't go to the theater to see it. I ended up just renting it. So
Yeah, that was me. I'm gonna plan on going to see this.
I went opening weekend, I think, for the first Deadpool.
Did
I
you?
was hyped about it.
Yeah.
I've been a Ryan Reynolds fan since
Green Lantern.
Since since Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. I think I was the only person in Louisville that watched that show. Me and my mom.
I love that show.
That was a great show.
oh no,
It kept a Mal in it.
It did have Mal in it.
He had a bunch of all stars in it.
It also had the lady that ended up on Monk as his assistant. Her name's like Trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I've been a Ryan Reynolds fan for a long time, and I remember when they released that, like, where they had shot a scene for Deadpool, and then they scrapped it, and then they released it years later, and it was such a big hit that was like, okay, I've got to see this movie, and it was great, it really was. The use of Colossus and Teenage Super Mega Warhead or whatever her
She
name
was-
is.
But she was really cool in it.
Sonic Teenage Warhead.
Yeah, her.
But the way they played that up, her and Colossus in it and Deadpool together, I mean, they really did a good job with what they had because I was not expecting much from the original one.
Right.
This one's going to have to really live up to the hype. And it looks like it's going to. I mean, even though I don't know that much about these characters except for Cable.
I mean, they've got they're going a little more comic booky, I think, on this one, Aaron. What all other characters are showing up in the trailer, Aaron?
We have Domino, of course, and then it looks like Terry Crews might be playing GW Bridge. Shatterstar has been confirmed, and then there's a mystery guy that's also in that shot. Some people think it might be Chamber, but the funny thing is, some people think it's actually Deadpool's character from Wolverine Origins that messed up Deadpool.
That would
The
be
Deadpool.
fantastic.
Yeah, so
'Cause
I'm
he
hoping
has
that's what
no
it is.
mouth.
Yeah,
I would go. I would be so awesome if they were to do that.
Did you ever see that one? Brian?
Oh,
see that one.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Charlie went and saw it at a
Green Tree Cinemas.
at a dollar movie, and there was these two fine, funny ladies behind us that kept
They had to have
saying
been like in their mid 40s.
Yeah,
It was
they-
great.
they were like, "Oh, I'd like to have his coat." And just all types
Talking
of
about the guy from Black Eyed Peas.
just crazy talk. Yeah, it was awesome. They were just they kept us entertained on it because the movie was absolute garbage. I'd never seen anything so bad in my life. The thing I liked about this one, and the thing the Deadpool movies and the trailer is that he just doesn't care what he makes fun of or who makes fun of. Because I don't want to spoil the trailer. I don't know if you can spoil a trailer. They're kind of built to be that way. But you have a scene where Cable comes out and his arm's green where they hadn't put the CGI on him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my goodness. And then he drops that line. He's like, what do you think we're trying to do? Take out a mustache? And he's making fun of Justice League. And it looks like it's going to be good. Because
It's a good movie. It's a good but it knows what it is, and it doesn't take itself so overly seriously.
I've wanted to see it since they dropped the teaser trailer for it in Logan.
Yeah,
Where
he's
he's
trying
in
to
the-
jump in
where
the
he's
Where he
phone
gets-
booth.
It's in a phone booth. And he's
I really like the Bob Ross trailer where he was.
Bob Ross one is awesome. He's like, cocaine. It's one of the best. Yeah, they know what they're doing with that. So
Yeah. So the first Deadpool movie, I wasn't gonna go see it because I was like, oh, it's rated R, man. But then next thing I know, I'm going to go see it. So I think this one's gonna be the same thing where I'm like, I probably will go see it.
I
Then
think
next
I
thing I'll be in the
I think
theater.
I texted you and you're like, Aaron, you have to go see this movie. It's amazing.
Yeah.
somebody slipped
And-
Aaron a roofie. He wakes
Yeah.
up in Deadpool.
I woke up in a van and it was pulling into the movie theater. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, and I felt like the first Deadpool movie felt the most like an X-Men movie. Like it was really taking advantage of the universe out of all the movies.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
Yeah,
I think this one will too.
the X-Men take themselves so serious, and this one just kind of shot that to pieces. Moving on to Netflix here. One of the most disturbing of all the Netflix series that I've ever seen was Jessica Jones, and I don't think it necessarily was disturbing because it was just the subject matter that the hardcore
Sure.
subject matter that they were trying to hit. I mean, they're talking about manipulation to a super hyper degree.
Jessica
All
Jones,
the different things. I don't want to get too graphic.
It spawned
So-
a lot of conversations between me and my friends about the power of manipulation because that movie or that series is just straight up psychological messed up at times.
It's probably the only one of the series, well, other than I almost said Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah,
Iron Fist. Other than Iron Fist, that I have no desire to see again, just for the mere fact it was just so uncomfortable to watch. But Jessica Jones season 2 is about to come out, and watched the trailer just before we started recording this podcast, and I don't know exactly what I was watching because I don't see anything in it that really makes me want to sit down and watch that series. It just doesn't look appealing to me. It seems like it's the same kind of cliche-ish. Oh, I got to go find why I'm who I am.
Yeah,
And
it's almost like they said, you know what, we didn't really do an origin story in the first season, so let's do an origin story in the second season, which I know is your cup of tea.
yeah. So I don't think I'm not real excited about this. I hadn't even finished The Punisher yet though, and
I'm
so
telling you, the Punisher drags at times.
I'm trying
No
to get through
offense
it.
to all the Punishites out there.
I'm trying to get through it, but I just have
What'd you
not.
say?
The Punishites.
Okay, it's what I thought you said.
Never. That's never happened to me. Charlie, what do you think? You gonna watch the Jessica Jones season 2?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, even if I found out it's going to be as bad as Iron Fist, I'll still watch it because
I'm Danny Rand.
I'll watch all the Marvel series. But I
Yeah.
liked it a lot. I
Yeah, I'm
thought
gonna
was
watch
good.
it.
It was disturbing, but it made a good point. I liked it.
Oh, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it so much in that it was like terribly done or the storyline was bad. It
It
was
just didn't
just
blow you away.
it was just so David Tennant. There's nobody that could have pulled that character off like he did. and he just totally went all in on that, and that was just there was so much creep factor in it. Brian, are you
Creepy.
No.
you're not going to watch?
Yeah. You don't
Okay,
even-
well,
No,
You don't even have to worry about that.
nah, man.
thank you for that incredible insight, Brian. into-
Didn't watch the first series or whatever it was. and
First season's good.
Didn't plan on it.
The first season's good up to a point, and then it kind of
Yeah.
dives at the end.
No.
Like there is that one episode in the first season involving that chamber that they get him in,
yeah.
and then all heck breaks loose. That was a fantastic episode.
That's the hard, like in watching series stuff like that. That's the hard part for me. A sporting event or something like that, I can watch. But other than like being able to watch something every week for a certain period of time, good luck with that.
Brian has a problem with commitment, guys.
Yeah,
That's what he's saying.
a third child will do that too.
Yeah, three
When you're
kids.
feeding him
I don't
every
know.
hour and a
I
half.
mean,
Three kids will do that. That's
Just get in any minute.
that's why I only got one. You know,
Yeah.
she's 14, so she basically just
Aaron, you're gonna watch it, right? I don't know about that. You don't watch anything anymore.
I haven't watched the last few series, but I'll definitely check it out. If only because of the person clapping at the end of the trailer. I want to see how he came back.
Right,
So-
right. That's who we.
That's
like
gotta
John
be
and
him.
I said the same thing. That's got to be him.
and I want to
Yeah.
and if that I don't watch it for any other reason, I want to see him again.
I have a theory about it, but
Yep.
I'll say it off air.
So that's the only reason I would ever even think about watching it. But the problem I have with that is that okay, they put that in there, but it's probably going to be somebody completely not.
No, man, I had the purple light.
Yeah,
It's
but
a-
that doesn't. You know
It's
how
a
they
dude in a leather vest and leopard print speedos.
It's like, yeah, that would be
Is that
incredible.
Is that a tag reference?
It is a tag reference.
We can't get through a podcast without at least one tag or reference.
Wah, wah, wah.
Last one this evening is the one that everybody on the planet is waiting for, and we are no exception. As we've talked about this once before, but
Sherlock Gnomes.
Yeah, baby.
yeah, I can't wait.
Oh no,
he
the
does-
Banshee fell.
save the banshee, save the banshee.
Hashtag save the banshee.
Is he okay?
He's fine.
Okay, because I don't think you can take him back
I
now.
don't think I can.
Could you take him back to the Disney store?
No, I don't think.
Oh, that'd be
he growls. I didn't. Did you?
Huh?
I don't. Did you hear the growl? No.
No,
But
that's
I don't make him growl much because I want him to be a nice mansion. Anyway, sorry. What's your final trailer?
That's one this evening. It's one we've been all waiting for. It's the one I stopped class for a couple months ago. It came out, I think it was right before Christmas when this made its premiere. And it's Avengers Infinity War. And
Never heard of it.
no, nobody's ever heard of this one before. And this one is going to be, I believe, will only be rivaled by Solo, Star Wars episode or the Star Wars movie, as far as how awesome the movie is. That's my take on it. Of course, I'm a big Star Wars fan.
I thought you hated Solo.
I did too. I thought you said it was
You
a
know,
We'll
it's
talk about
starting,
that.
glorified disaster.
it's starting to
Uh-oh.
grow on me. We didn't put Solo onto this list
The
because
John Mattingly ebb and flow.
yeah, we didn't put Solo on the list tonight because we're going to talk about it on the next podcast.
But it's an origin story.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
the Infinity War.
Anyways, Infinity
it does
War.
Look amazing.
Buzzing.
That is going to be the That's going to be the movie of the century, according to some people, and I think it's going to live up to that hype.
I think so too.
I
Well,
mean,
they've been on a roll, right? I mean, Ragnarok was what, like 96 on the rating?
Look, got my
Yeah.
Ragnarok shirt on.
And then
today.
now Panthers
Oh, sure.
98, 99,
But-
and then
Yeah.
but think about this: what movie studio that you know of recently with a franchise? You know, you're talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What other studio have you known of that have put out 3 major movies like this in a year? I'm talking about February, May, and then you got Ant-Man and the Wasp coming out at some point, and I don't know about the fall.
Well, I mean, with Ragnarok, you've got 4 in a full year.
Yeah, I mean they are pumping out the movies, and they're all good. That's the whole thing about it is they are on a complete tear right now, even beyond what Star Wars is
Yeah.
doing. And this movie, I think, is going to be the quintessential superhero movie. This is the one we've all been waiting for. This is the one. And I mean, because I know they got Avengers 4 coming out. Is it next year or 2 years? Or,
I don't know. What it is.
Can't remember when it's coming out.
Part
But
2 of this.
this is going to be, if this one's going to be the way they're talking about, then that second one's will probably just be absolutely amazing. What's your take on it, Charlie?
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, when you asked about other film companies that put out so many good films in a year, only thing that came to mind was Troma. But
Yeah.
when you say good films, oh, okay.
I'm talking about the Toxic Avenger here.
Part 15.
That's anything
The
wrong with
only
that?
one that came to my mind was Pixar, but they don't do that many in a year. They used to do one a year, but that are always good. But
Well, I mean, but this is just like mass
No, yeah,
production. I
yeah.
mean, it's just they're just
Yeah.
Aaron,
rolling.
who is the creative mind behind the movies now? I mean, I know Whedon helped kick off Avengers, but who's running it now?
Kevin Feige, or what? Is that how you say his name? Feige.
Feige, something I can't.
Feige.
'Cause, like-
Yeah, he runs everything.
I'm just saying, Marvel Studios, which is now Disney, of course, like they're making so much money off these movies and just making a killing. Like it's insane how much money they're making and how good the movies are. Like it's just not mass production stuff. It is legitimately good movies, and they're making such great casting calls, and they're landing great directors. I don't know. It's just they're really knocking it out of the park.
Which is really interesting to me that they would do that. You would think that under the Disney umbrella, and I mean, I don't want to bring up Star Wars or Lucasfilm, but it seems like with The Last Jedi, they kind of stumbled. It was kind of a stutter, and then they're bringing out Solo, and that looks like it's. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be all right, but it ain't. It's not gonna be. How is Marvel continuing to pump these things out and keep them
Star-
all so good?
It's just different creative minds. The thing about the Marvel movies that I find incredible is that each one is truly like its own genre, for lack of better films or like better words. I mean, Thor Ragnarok was totally something that we really hadn't seen.
It's a buddy cop film.
It's a buddy cop Marvel movie. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was a comedy mixed in with great action, but
a dramedy.
a drama, but a sci-fi one, which is unusual to catch. And then, of course, Black Panther, it looks like it's going to be in a totally different direction also. But like every single one of them, it seems to be truly knocking it out of the park in its own. It's not just, oh, I'm going to go see a comic book movie. You're going to see a comedy. You're going to see, a sci-fi flick. You're going to go see a good action movie. I don't know. I just feel like it's grown past comic movies.
I still think that Ragnarok will be what everything is measured by from this point forward.
For you, yeah.
For me, it will be.
Yeah.
But the one thing,
Well,
too,
there's
go ahead, Aaron.
there's two things. One, these are great characters, and Marvel knows it, and they know the characters, and so they're taking all their great qualities and putting them on the screen. Unlike DC, we're like, oh yeah, we could throw this character in there, this character, and they don't even know what they're doing.
And let's make
you
it
know,
gritty.
yeah.
Bram,
And then this.
go ahead, Aaron.
And the second thing, real quick, is they've had a game plan. Like they've known they wanted to get to this movie, but they knew they had to take their time. Unlike Justice League's like, let's get right away to Superman fighting everybody and this and that, as fast as we can. Marvel's been slowly following this plan, setting this up piece by piece by piece, and now we're about to see the payoff.
That's true. Like John just said, it's like the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah,
I mean, they take
getting ready
10
to come
years
up.
to get here. What were you going to say, Brian?
Aaron kind of just hit on it. It was the thing for me that I find so different is like every time, DC or Warner Brothers is coming out with the movie, all we hear about is the Warner Brothers execs giving the directors all these rules and regulations.
Mm-hmm.
Yet I've not one time heard Disney, the Disney execs are sitting in a room telling Josh Whedon what he's got to do. It's they believe in the casting call, they believe in the director that they've picked, let them take creative control of it. And I think that's why you're seeing such better movies. No dumpster fires.
Yeah, there hasn't been
for
any.
the Marvel side of the house. So
I just wonder if that's because Marvel proved itself early with Iron Man. And,
but I mean, if you look at
Thor,
Wonder Woman was great. So you would have thought the next one following that, okay, hey,
I don't
let's
know.
follow the recipe.
That's a
It
good
should
point.
work. But
Yeah, ain't no recipe there.
we saw what that was.
Well, we want to thank everybody for listening to us this evening. Go out and see these movies when they come out. Watch the trailers.
Trailers.
If you haven't seen them, they're coming out left and right. It's going to be a great year for movies.
Shout out
all
to
the way
Big Ray.
starting now. I'm starting in February next week with Black Panther and going all the way through the end of the year.
Sure.
And we do appreciate everybody who continues to support our podcast and listen to us on iTunes and Google Play and SoundCloud and watch us on YouTube. We do appreciate that. Facebook also. Glad to be part of it. I'm glad people are starting to listen to us a little bit more, and we want to continue to bring this very high quality entertainment your way. Appreciate it, and have a good day, night, whatever it is for you, wherever you're at.
See you later, players.
Sorry, Brent.
Shout out Big Ray.
Bye.